Hi guys, Max here with another workout video for Independent Lifestyles. Before you start a workout routine, always check with your physician, especially if you have a pre-existing health condition such as diabetes, chronic pain, asthma, respiratory issues, cardiovascular issues, that kind of stuff. During these workouts, always do them to the best of your ability. However, if you are feeling any pain or discomfort, extreme discomfort that is, please stop, take a break, and come back to it another time. Lighten up on the weight, do some mobility stuff, move around a little bit, get that joint moving a little bit more, but not under as much tension or stress. And also during your workout, make sure that you are wearing proper workout attire. I like to wear some form-fitting stuff, too baggy of stuff might get caught in some of the equipment if you're using equipment. Shorts, shirt that's gonna get sweaty, obviously. Proper shoes. You can see I wear tennis shoes during these, or any type of tennis shoe, have strong arch support and are comfortable to wear. You want a little bit of cushion, for our normal body weight stuff. Once you get into heavy weights, we can discuss that later. But as for now, the tennis shoes are just fine. We're gonna do some slightly different movements from the last one, a little bit more intensity, a little bit more weight. And always remember, we're instituting progressive overload during every workout. So if you were using maybe 2-pound dumbbells last time, or a pound of soup the last time, go up in the reps, increase your reps, increase your sets, and then from there, maybe next week you can move up to a bigger weight and start at the bottom of the rep range again, and then work your way up. And then every week we're trying to improve and trying to increase our volume, increase our intensity, increase our weight moved during this workout. That's how we're always going to grow. That's how we're going to maintain our muscle mass. We are going to be doing a hybrid workout today for both ambulatory and non-ambulatory people. So people who are maybe confined to a wheelchair, I will give you alternatives to these ambulatory movements. People who aren't able to, stand up, sit down, lay it down, and get back up easily. Again, just do the alternatives for the people who may be confined to wheelchairs that I provide. So we are going to start by doing our range of motion and stretching. So again, we're going to start out with our windmills, get those shoulder joints moving. 10 reps each side, and then backwards. Do some open closes if you want. Some lat raises without any weights, just to get our blood flowing, get those joints loosened up. Do some over the head extensions, front raises too. We are going to be doing quite a bit of shoulder involvement during this workout. That's just the nature of pressing movements. You are always going to be using our front delt, which is the very front of our shoulder, our medial delt as well, which is the middle of our shoulder. So we will start out with our simple bicep curls. Remember from last time, we have the supinated grip, which is our palms facing up. So supinated grip biceps alternating for 10 reps each side. And we will do that for 3 sets of 10 reps each side. So 20 reps total in each set, and we will do alternating. If you feel that this is not challenging enough, something that we can do is called a static hold while doing our curls. So that would involve one of our arms holding the weight at a parallel position to the floor. So see how my arm is parallel to the floor. So while that arm is holding the weight parallel, our alternate arm will come up and do a full bicep curl. Notice how my pinky is rotating up towards the sky and my thumb is kind of going down. That just activates the inside of our bicep more, gets that bicep peak up. So we will do 5 reps with alternating in the static hold. And then we will go static hold this one that we just did and move on to the next one. Again, we're trying to increase weight or reps each workout. This is pretty challenging. I mean, I pushed myself with this, even with these 8 pounds. I haven't worked out in like 2 months since the gym's been closed. So it's pretty challenging. It's getting my muscles, actually, they are burning. It's a hard workout. So only do that if you are trying to challenge yourself. If that normal weight feels light, you can use that as an alternative to really kind of bump up the intensity, get that muscle burning, get it engaged the whole time. All right, so we've done our bicep curls. That's done. 3 sets of 10 each side. Or, your static holds as well. So our seated military press is next. Again, you can do these with dumbbells, soup cans, laundry soap, milk jugs, whatever you have laying around, really. That's going to be a challenging weight for you. Elbows should be out front. So I have them in firm grip in my hand. I'm going to push up and over my head. Notice how my hands are kind of coming together at the top, and my elbows aren't locking fully. That's kind of bad for your joints. So I'm stopping right about there. My elbows aren't fully locked, but I'm getting a nice, firm, full extension in my shoulders. Coming down, and notice how my hands are about level with my chin. My elbows are down. They're not stopping here, but I'm coming down like this, and I'm going back up. Coming down like this, going back up. My core is engaged this whole time. If you do not engage your core, you'll get sloppy. Your back will arch like this, and that's really bad for your back. Keep your core engaged, nice, firm, upright motion. Our body is rigid the whole time. So what I like to do for breathing is I like to inhale on the way down and use that breath to push against your abdominal wall and provide more core stabilization. If you're breathing out on the way down, your core is going to get sloppy. So in on the way down, out on the way up at the top of the rep. In, out. 3 sets of 10 reps of that, and your shoulders should be nice and pumped up, and you should feel a slight burn. Of course, every workout you want it to burn in your muscles a little bit. It just shows that they are getting a good workout in. Their fibers are breaking down, which is what we want for muscle growth. You want the fibers to break down a little bit, and then we feed our muscles with protein and glucose after a workout to build them up and let them recover. So we've done a push motion, we've done a pull motion, and now we're going to do one more of each motion for this workout. We just did our shoulders. What I'm going to do next is called a row, and it's a standard form of a one-arm dumbbell row. I'm just going to be using these. So this is a standing exercise. If you are confined to a wheelchair and you are able to lean forward in between your legs like this, let the weight hang loose, and row up like this. Notice how my back is close to parallel. When you're in a wheelchair and you cannot get that full parallel motion, this is pretty good too. This is going to work our anterior shoulder head and our back. It's going to work our lats, our traps, and our medial back too. If we're doing this standing up, get a chair. I like to do it in a neutral leg position. It's just better for your back alignment. If you're doing it staggered like this, your back is actually kind of at an angle like this. It's not fully parallel with your head. So I like to do a neutral leg stance. My legs are even, slightly bent, butt out. Back is rigid, and it is in a parallel to the ground stance. So we're going to go down like this and then pull up till my elbow is even with my body and it's parallel to the ground. So I'm going like that, coming up, going like that, coming up. That's called a dumbbell row, and it's a very good exercise for your lats and your back, as well as your shoulders. 3 sets of 10 each side. I'm coming up and I'm squeezing at the top. One thing I want to discuss with you guys is a thing called mind-muscle connection. When we're doing a workout, and especially when we're starting out, weightlifting, we want to go slow and we want to go light because we're building that mind-muscle connection. So what I'm doing each rep is I'm thinking of the muscle that I'm working. So I'm working my anterior shoulder, my lat, and my medial back, the middle of your back, and my traps. So I'm thinking of those muscles, and I'm using those muscles, and I'm building that mind-muscle connection. I'm saying, these are the muscles I want to work, and how are they feeling throughout this entire range of motion? And I'm really squeezing those muscles each rep. So I'm making sure that I'm aware how they're reacting to the movement and that they're engaged. So that's going to help you in the long run, especially when you're first starting out. If you can figure that out and you can institute it into all of your workouts, you will be farther along than 90% of people in the gym. A lot of people in a gym just go through the motions. They're doing this. They're going as fast as they can. They're really trying to move some weight. They're kipping. They're rocking back and forth. And it might look like they're working really hard And they are working really hard, but they're not doing as much for their muscles as they could be. What you get the most out of is squeezing that muscle, getting that muscle to be broken down, activated during our workout. So when we're squeezing at the top of each rep, and we're really feeling that, I mean, I can feel a burn just by doing this. I'm just flexing my muscles right now. I'm getting a workout just doing this without any weight. And which I want you guys to try to institute that. That mind-muscle connection is going to build your muscles more than anything else. You see guys in the gym bench pressing 240 pounds, but they're coming up and then they're going down like this and back up. It's not doing a whole lot. It's not a controlled, slow rep. So again, our rows, 10 reps, 3 sets. You can alternate if you want between standard neutral grip row and our rear delt row. And you can slow it down if you want to feel that squeeze. Squeeze at the top of that rep. Squeeze at the top of the rep. I'm thinking of these muscles that I'm working. I'm activating them. I'm feeling the burn. I'm sweaty just standing here, just doing this. It's a workout. It's going to get you where you want to go. That was our second pull motion. Now for our final push motion. Again, I mentioned that we're doing heavy shoulders today. So we're going to do what's called a front delt raise. So like this, like that. I'm doing the gallons again. You guys can do whatever weights you have, soup cans, dumbbells, that kind of thing. But what we're going to do is a neutral grip front delt raise. So I'm coming up like this and coming back down, squeezing at that top, really feeling that front delt activation. You're also going to be working your chest a little bit, the top of your chest, and your traps, which are these muscles here on our neck. We're trying to limit the trap activation. Anytime you do a raise in your shoulders, your traps are getting involved. But if we can go lighter weight, squeeze, feel that burn, mind-muscle connection in our shoulders, we can limit that trap engagement and really isolate those shoulders. 3 sets of 10 reps. Up, squeeze, down. Up, squeeze, down. Alternating. One is always in motion. That's how we're going to get through the motion fastest. That's how we're going to get the most out of this workout. And if you want to do cardio and you're maybe confined to a wheelchair and you don't have a manual wheelchair, what you can do is called a superset with all of these motions. So that involves me going from one exercise. So we started out with our bicep curl. So I'm going to do 1 set of those bicep curls. And then I'm going to go straight into our overhead presses. And then after that, without taking a break in between sets, I'm going right back into our rows. And then after that, I'm finishing with our front delt raises. So I'll show you what that looks like real quick. We're not taking a break in between sets. We're going back to back to back, all 4 exercises. That gets your heart racing, that gets those muscles burning. And that's what I do when I don't do standard cardio. I have really bad knees. That's what I do for my cardio, is what's called circuit training, supersets. I just go back to back to back constantly. So I'll show you what that looks like, all right? 10 sets, or 10 reps each side. Squeezing at that top, full range of motion. Notice how I'm not swinging the weights, staying a strong, stable core. All right, then into our overhead presses. No breaks. Getting that done nice and quick. Getting that heart rate elevated. Burning calories this way. Increasing our cardiovascular health. Rows next. Nice strong neutral back. Core engaged throughout the motion. Legs slightly bent. And last is our front delt raises. And as you can see, I'm out of breath. It's a hard workout. Whew, it's tiring. So that superset's gonna let you get the most out of your workout if you're able to. Respiratory system, cardiovascular system's fine. Try to do that if you can, if you feel safe doing it. That'll help you the most. So we got a upper body workout in today. If you have any questions, feel free to contact your IL specialist or leave a comment in the YouTube page. and I hope to see you guys again next week. Thank you very much.